Hello everyone, today we are training legs. I'm going to bring you with me, bring the camera and bring my microphone in and talk to you in between sets and actually show you the raw, unedited videos of me training. No voiceover today, so you can actually see the sets for what they are with sound, and a little bit of, chatting, talking about the volume sets, the rationale. Now, my leg days are actually pretty low volume. This is all I need right now. I've got to a position where my legs are growing nicely from, a low volume approach, from the intensity and the connection that I can get from my training now, being more advanced. But there was a time where I did do higher volume, and let me tell you, it was humbling and it was character building, to say the least. For when I went from my men's physique season, 2023 to 2024, and even the following year after that, our leg days, I was training with Jim then, my training partner, and it would be like 2 sets of all of these things, sometimes even 3 on the isolations, adductor, hamstring curl, leg extension, then it would be leg press, then hack, and then Bulgarians. And we were doing like crazy weights on the hack squat, like mad sets that, would bury me now with just 1 set. And we'd do 2, and then we'd go on to the Bulgarians next. Or it would be all of the same, pivot press, then an RDL, and then, not pivot press, it would be a single leg press, an RDL, and it was just absolutely brutal. You get to the end of the session and think, how the fuck did I do that? Is those types of sessions build character and build an athlete's mindset just as much as they build muscle, right? But where I am right now, my legs, if anything, like last season, were further ahead than my upper body. Like I almost looked a bit out of proportion with my legs. So we've taken the leg training back a touch with volume to allow for better recovery from my upper body. And they just have continued to grow. So, right now, I feel like I've got it in a good spot. I'll run you through what the setup is. For the vast majority of people, you probably need a little bit more volume than this. Especially if you're a bit more of like a beginner or an intermediate or even like advanced intermediate. Depends on your goals as well, but I hit legs twice per week, so that's with that considered as well. It's a lower volume, high intensity, high accuracy, high frequency approach. So I'm just about to tuck into my pre-workout meal, and then I'll walk to the gym. My gym's like a 10-minute walk. The sun is out today, guys. It is, for once, sunny in Manchester. It feels like the first time in literal months I've seen sun and felt sun on my face. I walked to the shop this morning and I thought, holy shit. Just, you don't feel like it really affects you. Like, I just get on with my shit. Like, I'm just day to day. I don't really let moods and emotions dictate my actions. But, this morning when I went out and felt the sun on my face, I'm like, fucking hell, I feel so happy. Didn't even realise I had seasonal depression. So, let's get it. So, starting off leg day with biceps. As you well know, every leg day for me and Jim, we either do biceps on this day and then our next leg day, which is a pivot squat. Today we are doing the pendulum squat. We'll start with triceps. As you well know, if you have been watching my channel, arms are a big priority for me. So every push day we start with triceps, every pull day we start with biceps, and every leg day we start with some type of arms, like I just said. So here we have Jim, who's joining me. 3 sets here, 3 sets of somewhere around that 7 to 10 rep range. So I'm loading this actually pretty heavy, treating it like any other muscle group. It's not just pump work. And since treating my arm training like that, my arms have definitely grown. Like, load it, take it very seriously, just like you would any other lift, and progress it. How dare you turn the music down. All right, moving on to the seated hamstring curl. Most important thing to think about with this is my microphone died just as I was about to tell you the most important thing. Don't worry, it comes on after this clip. But what I'm saying is keep your rib cage down, right? Imagine someone's punching you in the stomach and you go, oh, you know, like someone's about to hit you there, and you kind of crunch your abs down. You want to maintain that posture throughout the set and ensure that you're not arching your back and opening your rib cage, because this is actually going to take tension off the hamstring and place it onto the lower back. Other than that, we want to make sure that we're not fully straightening out the leg, have a tiny bit of knee flexion in the stretch so we can keep tension on the hamstrings at all times, drive the quad into the pad to initiate the movement, and then drag it back. Oh! Oh! Second set, so no gym pin, just the stack on cam 3, so it's heavy and lengthened. Oh. With the hamstring curl and the leg extension, I pretty much just move it till I can't move it anymore. I'm not trying to do reps in reserve here. With the squat, I'll leave it kind of 0 to 1 RIR, just so I 100% don't get stuck in the bottom. But something like a leg extension and a hamstring curl, I just think fucking get after it and just go till you can't move it anymore. So leg extension here. How we want to set this up is, firstly, alignment from your hips to your knees to your feet, a complete straight line. As men, when we sit in this machine, naturally our knees want to come out like this, right? So we have to make a conscious effort to turn them in like this, and think about a good cue that I've heard Kuba say is push your adductors together like this, all right? Feet and ankles in dorsiflexion. So what that means is like this, as opposed to that. Why? It's better for knee health because it creates more stability through the knee. More stability, better knee health. Then, using the grips here, pulling your hips down, and we actually want to drive the hamstrings into the pad, creating a counter force. What we want to avoid is like coming up out of the seat like this, because that will stop us getting the quad all the way short. With the leg extension, it is the one exercise on our plan, most of us, that gets the quad, trains the quad in the shortened position. Everything else, leg press, Bulgarian squats, train the quad in the lengthened. So here we want to ensure that we are damn well getting it short, fully driving it all the way to the top, not just here, all the way short like this, and hard contraction on the quad. So set 1, I actually do lighter. Bit of a lighter set first to warm the knees. Literally, that is the only reason for that. Still the stack, and then the second set, when the knees are warmed, go for a heavier loaded set with the gym pin. First set, I'm going to be working with cam 5, which is mid to lengthened, and second set will be cam 3, which is heavy in the lengthened and eases off into the short. So set 1, aiming for around 12 to 12 to 5, 12 to 15 reps. Can sometimes even go a little bit higher, but that's just simply because if I load that any heavier, it's just gonna put too much pressure on the knee. The second set, try to aim for around 10 to 12. So, yeah.
Come on. Come on. And hold. Yeah.
Set 2. Changing this to cam 3 so it's heavy in the lengthen. Added a gym pin plus 5, which is what I did last week, and then we've added 0.5. So 0.5 kilo, still progress, guys. You don't have to add big plates. That's 0.5 kilos that I didn't lift last week. Hard pauses here because it's heavy in the length and it eases off in the short. So I need to make sure that shortened position is as fucking horrible and nasty as possible. So if I start speeding up, shout at your TV to call me out. Nobody's perfect, guys. Oh yeah. Feels so nice. Right then, that's the isolations done. Now it's on to the squats, the fun stuff. So little pit stop. We got the intra here, which is carb drive, 50 grams, which is carbohydrates. Replenish the glycogen stores that have been emptied in those hard sets there. Albeit they are isolations, we still treat them just as seriously and intense and accurately as any big compound. And that's why I like doing them first, to be fair, because I still put so much energy into those, and then obviously you need to put maximum energy into the big squats. And I'm looking forward to the squats, whereas, you know, if you get the squats out of the way, that's what I'm looking forward to, and then it's like, oh, I've just got to do the isolations. Subconsciously, there might be a dip in energy and kind of intent, because you think, oh, the hard part's done, ease off. Well, no, it's not, because the leg extensions, the hamstring curl, they'll build just as much muscle. Anyways, intra here, this is unflavored carb drive, just less artificial sweetness coming through, and then EAAs, new flavor by Conte, which is strawberry twist, very fucking good. So I'll have that in about half of the shaker like this, as you can see. I just find it digests a lot better than sipping it throughout the whole session, and plus just sipping a big bottle of water filled with your carbs and EAAs, it doesn't really make sense. It's like eating a meal across 2 hours. So yeah, now to mentally prepare for the big stuff. Here we go.
And drive, come on. That's it.
PD.
Very good.
Most.
I think there was maybe one or two.
Definitely not as control, but I was just in the moment.
It was one. The control was fine. It was one or two. I think we cut the depth short, but the rest were really good.
Felt very good that. Just felt nice to actually just fucking let loose.
It looked like you had power as well.
Yeah.
Like when you decided you were going up, it was going up.
Yeah. So I only have one set here. One set of sort of 6 to 10 rep range. That there, I believe, I'll have to watch it back, but I think it was 8, and that is actually my most ever. And if we want to go back, rewind 2 weeks ago, I couldn't even squat on the pendulum because my knee hurt so much. So me pulling back and actually cooling it there, because on the day I could have just, if you watch my last vlog, I spoke about this. If I would have driven through the pain there, which I would have done in the past, I wouldn't be squatting today because it just would have got worse. So I cooled it, made them maximize the rest of my work, worked around it. And then the following week with the pendulum, I actually reverse banded it. So I used less load and just made it harder in the shorts. So it was hard to lock out. And then I've been doing sort of isometric holds in the morning, like holding a wall sit in the problem area, like feeling that little bit of a pain, and then just kind of sitting in that spot and just building that connective tissue there. Also, what I'm gonna start doing is leg extension, like very light load, but just going up, holding it for like 5 seconds in the short and just building that connective tissue there. And I have been doing sort of like step ups, holding it there. So those isometrics really help build the connective tissue. Obviously I've been hammering the BPC 157 as well, and just time resting it. So yeah, I'm absolutely delighted with that. I left the gym in some mood 2 weeks ago because squatting for me is my all-time favorite exercise. And the fact I had to walk out the gym without squatting was a pain like no other. And it was a bit of a realization of fucking hell, I need to look after my knees because I want to be squatting for the next many, many years to come, right? There's nothing quite like a set like that. Like I just got off of that, like I didn't even care what the numbers were. I felt so grateful to just fucking get after it and get a bit aggressive with it. So yeah, amazing. 5.5 plates on there, nice control. I will be able to tidy that up. I was just like so buzzing that my knee wasn't hurting. I was just fucking going at it. But yeah, that's 5.5 plates for 8, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong, if you watch it back. But God, I'm so happy. we have this single leg lying hamstring curl. 2 sets here. First set working with cam 3 and second set working with cam 3 as well. Hamstrings are going to be pretty taxed at this part of the session. Kind of working within sort of a 12 to 15 rep range here, just making them very hard. What I want to try and imagine is driving my quad into the pad, and when we're up at the top in the contraction in the short, actually imagine driving my heel into the ceiling. I love the seated hamstring curl the most. I prefer it to a lying. Personally, I just feel a lot more stable, but I'm trying to bring up my hamstring, so a little bit of variation here. And why I want to do the single leg is I can just connect with my hamstring better, feels better for me, and a bit more motor unit recruitment, and also just to ensure that there's no sort of lagging side. I feel like one of my hamstrings is probably bigger than the other when I actually drop down into a side chest both sides, so just to help with symmetry. And then we got calves to finish. So 2 sets here for me, kind of working within a 10 to 15 rep range. And we're like any muscle, we want to be training our calves hard, loaded, and progressive. It's all too easy just to tag them on the end and then you wonder why they're shit, right? It's the same with arms. For me, since actually starting to treat them like any other muscle group and putting efforts and intent into them, they've actually started to fucking grow. And let me tell you, I used to get absolutely rinsed for having ridiculously shit calves. So it is possible, guys, and I'm 6'3", so you know, normally that's the excuse. Oh, I'm tall, I can't. But you know, it can be done. Look, am I ever going to have like ridiculously epic calves like Ian Valliere in his day? No, but they can be not shit. So that's the session done. As you can see, not loads of work, by that I mean sets and volume, but everything that we do is extremely precise and productive. I come away from these sessions feeling stimulated and worked rather than just completely destroyed through the joints and just the CNS, because then look, I'll rest tomorrow, we then got upper and then legs again. So, you know, it comes around in 3 days time, so I can't walk away from it. Like if I was only training legs once a week, okay, we'd absolutely fucking body ourselves. But, you know, when legs are coming around in 3 days time, you've got to be pretty reserved with the volume, right? But that's all it needs. If you are training to maximum capacity, high intensity, very accurate, the ability to connect is very high, the volume can be lower. But for the vast majority of sort of like beginners, intermediates, push the boundaries of the volume, find out what you're capable of, because like I said before, we used to do, you know, it's pretty decently hard volume, and we were running the same split, but it got to a point where we actually found it was a bit detrimental. Like I was just needing a deload every sort of 4 or 5 weeks. So, you know, it comes to a point where if you're taking that much time off every sort of 4 or 5 weeks, you might as well just taper a little bit back and then just have longer runs in you. So yeah, I'm gonna call it there, walk home, and then I'll chat to you with the post-workout. And we are home. Walked home, the sun is shining. Puts you in such a great mood, such a great mood. Post-workout, that also puts me in a good mood. What do we have here, ladies and gentlemen? We have 150 grams of cream of rice, which is salted caramel by Conte, which is the best cream of rice in the game. Mixes so well, especially when you put the boiling water in and you just mix it up loads with a whisk. It goes so smooth. I then like it cold, makes it a bit stickier like a cake, as I've mentioned many times in the past. Thank you everyone, by the way, who uses my code at Conte. Joe10, by the way, if you want to get your cream of rices or anything, they do all your performance supplements, pre's, intras, Great whey protein. If any of you use their whey protein, you will know what I'm talking about. The flavors are just absolutely next level. Digest great. I use them all the way through prep. And as you can see, I'm eating 150 gram of cream of rice peak off season. It digests great. I'm eating this at like 3:45, 4 p.m. and then eating my meal 5 at honestly about 5:30. I'm hungry, light shining in my eye, hopefully it's not too distracting. So anyways, 150 gram of cream of rice. We then have 150 gram of blueberries, frozen. Then I'll layer on some cinnamon. And then we have 50 grams of, today we got caramel biscuit, whey drip on the top. Let me move out the way. Caramel biscuit is an amazing whey. For me, peak off season, little, I would say just for like perfection. If I'm looking for perfection, it's a little bit sweet, but when I'm on prep, it is honestly just so good. It tastes quite like ice cream, right? Quite creamy, a bit neutral, but a bit sweet. My personal favorite in the off season is chocolate caramel. I've got them both, so I go between them, right? Just to break up, taste fatigue, and also just because it's my treat. My sweet treat is my whey drip. But for me, for like a perfect whey in the off season, chocolate caramel. For the prep, caramel biscuits, it's a little bit sweeter. So yeah, epic leg day there. Got to move out the way because the sun's in my eyes. I'm just going to chill now, guys. I've got loads of messages to get back to from WhatsApp. When I'm in the gym from 1 till about 3:30. I'll eat this, 4 o'clock, my phone's away. All my clients know this. That's my time to train, and I'm not on my WhatsApp messaging, and I expect the same from my clients. Why am I okay with that? Because I want my clients to do the same. I don't want my clients on their phone messaging and texting. I want them in the zone, not on work emails, not messaging their fucking missus or whoever. It's game on, focus time, right? The only reason I want you on your phone is if you're logging lifts or changing music. That is it. Zero social media. If you're scrolling social media between a set, you're not about this life, mate. So yeah, moving forward now, time to get some work done. I'm gonna then relax for the evening, and tomorrow is obviously a rest day. So time to relax. I'm probably gonna go to Fix, which is like a sauna and ice bath. But if you enjoyed this type of video, guys, please drop a comment. If you like the talking in the gym stuff. And this weekend I'm doing a bit more of a lifestyle blog, full day of eating, because Hope's coming for the weekend, so make it a bit more interesting, eh? So if you use my code at Honte, Joe10, if you use my code at Vanquish, VQ, they do have a Yu-Gi-Oh drop coming on the 18th, which looks extremely cool if you're a nostalgic guy who likes the old Yu-Gi-Oh. That's coming. So yeah, if you use my code, guys, message me. Thank you very much. Until next time, see you later.